Welcome back to the show. Many thanks for staying with us. The La District Police have arrested a 41-year-old imposter who has been operating as a doctor at Choco. The suspect had carried out an abortion for a 22-year-old girl who contacted a 22-year-old lady who contacted him for help. Subsequently, after the act, the lady pleaded she could not make payment due to financial constraints, and the self-styled doctor suggested she leaves her iPad as collateral. When she could not pay back the money, the suspect invited her to his makeshift operating room where he had sex with her for 4 days. The La police have so far retrieved some dressing and splinter forces from the structure at Choco. Here is a report by Maxwell Agbagba.
There was this guy who stays in La here at Trade Fair and came to report at this station that somewhere December she got pregnant, and then a friend introduced her to one Dr. Godwin Jaja. So she called the doctor and then discussed with him, and the doctor asked her to come. So the doctor picked her to his office at Bukum and went to perform an abortion for her. Meanwhile, she told the doctor that she's not having money, and the doctor asked her to deposit something down, that is any property of hers. So she gave her iPad to the doctor. So after the abortion, the doctor asked her to go. When she went and she had the money to go and pay, the doctor, when she alleged that when she calls the doctor tells her he's on a meeting, this, that, blah, blah, blah. So apparently the money also she was having to give to the doctor, she spent it. So when the doctor called her to bring the money, she couldn't get the money. So the doctor called her to come. When she went, the doctor said then he will sleep with her so that will be off what she will use to pay him. So then she has to pay the doctor in kind, and then she also agreed. But when the doctor finished with the act, he locked her in a room and told her he's coming. So always the doctor goes and come and sleep with her for 4 days. According to her, she don't bath. Only the doctor will buy her food. And then after that, the doctor says he will give her 400. But the 400 didn't come. Her iPad also didn't come. And she came to report. But when we invited the doctor, he came and said, "Are you a doctor? Which hospital?" He said he's not a doctor, but a nurse. And I say, accepted. But which hospital do you work? He don't have. So we have to follow that up. And then we are about to get to where he was operating at Bukum. And then some implements were retrieved from his supposedly office. So he imposed, and then he deceived the girl. So you could imagine how many people this imposter or impersonation has caused abortion for them, and what has happened to them, the harm also he has done to people. So that is why we have to process him for court, so that it will show us a deterrent to all those people who are in this business. And according to the girl, she even bleed, and it was somebody who helped her by going to the real hospital for the better treatment before she is now well.
The district commander there, Maxwell Agbagba, who followed that story, is in the studio with me for a very quick update. Maxwell, what are the police charging him for? Do we know?
Well, they did not tell us exactly what they'll be charging him for, only to tell us that they are processing him for court, and they still continue with investigations into the matter. But what happened was that they took us to the premises.
Okay, so These are the visuals from the place.
This is the
At
location.
this point, what's happening? Do we know?
Yes, so that's one of the investigators trying to open the place from which
this is a pharmacy?
Doctor operates. It's not really a pharmacy. It used to be a pharmacy. So all the medications that you can see on the shelves are expired.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we have Rapinol, we have paracetamol, like all the medications there on the shelf.
So these are all expired medications?
They are all expired medications. And the doctor, the quack doctor actually, the suspect actually admitted to that. So the building itself is compartmentalized.
So it looks like a hospital.
Exactly. So this is where the girl, the victim,
this is where
allegedly
he conducts his abortions,
exactly,
if you like.
Exactly.
Wow.
So that's the room where the victim was reportedly kidnapped.
Okay.
So that's the room itself. The room is compartmentalized.
Okay. What is this?
This machine, he tells us he used it for acupuncture or something like that.
Acupuncture?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He says it belongs to a friend. So the police essentially were taking us around to see for ourselves what the man, has, inside the building. And this structure actually is located at Choco. A place called is it Lantimami or somewhere like that in Choco.
Okay, so the lady went to the police, as the police has said, to report that this man has been sleeping with her. After 4 days, he let her go. Is that it?
No, she didn't let her go. The lady in question, the victim, actually was 1 month pregnant, and she wanted to abort the pregnancy. So she contacted some friends who gave her contact to this self-styled, medical practitioner. So she contacted him, and after they made contact, she went there to go and see him, and then the suspect,
the policeman
carried out the procedure
that he could not pay for it, so she could not pay for it. He had to pay for it with sex.
First, she deposited her iPad as collateral, and then later she couldn't still pay for it. So the gentleman, the self-styled doctor, agreed that she could pay in kind, and then she also did that.
He's been speaking, the doctor, he's been speaking. What the self-styled doctor, what has he been saying?
Well, basically telling us about all the things that we're seeing inside the building. Right. He claims that he was at the University of Ghana nursing school. He says he has certificates and all of that to prove that. I mean, he has some kind of background when it comes to nursing. But the people around actually say, they say they call him doctor. Okay. And there was a lady, a resident in the area, who tells us that one time her cousin was not feeling too well, and then they took her to him, and then this doctor tested her and said that the little girl, it's pregnant. Yeah. So when that happened, she took the girl away, but they studied the girl.
Care of it. So then they
didn't really abort anything, but they took the girl home. But they later realized, no, this girl is not pregnant. She was just suffering from malaria or something minor. It wasn't really pregnancy.
So he's established himself, in the neighborhood as a doctor. So they often go to him for help every now and then.
Yeah, every now and then. There was another lady we met there who said she had an injury, and then she went there, and then this gentleman took care of it. So
how come he has expired drugs all over? Yeah. And it's, I mean, don't the people know? Do they buy drugs from there?
They don't buy drugs from there. And he admitted
it's sort of a decoy, would you say?
Kind of.
To make people feel that it's...
Yeah, he has an explanation to it. He says the place used to be a pharmacy, but he's now preparing the place to actually start his own business and also sell drugs there. Wow. So it used to be a pharmacy, and now he also wants to start the pharmacy business. So he's actually getting the place, he's preparing the place to get the business started. But what is suspicious, is the bed, inside the room, and then the pillow, and then some of the things that you can see, pushed down. Some of them stuffed under the bed itself. I mean, some used clothing and then some other stuff. It makes it very, very suspicious. Just like the police people are saying. They're saying that they find it necessary. The police says they find it necessary to publicize this because often you'd find people going to some of these doctors, for medical attention, and especially where the shop is located. A lot of people there are very vulnerable, really would not, find out things before they consult people like him. So they would just want to publicize this so the public would know that, look, this kind of people.
When next do we hear from the police on this matter? Do we have an idea?
Well, they didn't really tell us. They say they are processing him for court. So I'm sure maybe in the coming days we'll be hearing it.
Perhaps on Monday we'll hear something. Thank you very much. Maxwell Agbagba has been on the tail of this fake doctor, along with the police, of course, bringing us up to speed on what's happening. Be careful what you get yourself into. seek help at the right places.